This new design will revolutionize the industry.
I agree. The data supports your hypothesis.
Her voice was sharp, her words like daggers. "Fix this engine," she mocked, eyes flashing with arrogance. "And I'll marry you." Laughter erupted around her, but the mechanic said nothing. He simply tightened his gloves, bent over the machine, and whispered to himself, "Respect is earned in silence." The air smelled of grease and hot metal as the luxury car sat broken in the middle of the lot. A crowd of executives lingered, restless and impatient. At the center of it all stood a woman with diamond earrings that glittered in the sun, a CEO known for her sharp tongue and endless pride. She smirked at the man crouched beside the hood, a mechanic with calloused hands and oil-stained overalls. "Fix this engine and I'll marry you," she said, her voice dripping with mockery. The crowd chuckled. Some looked away, uncomfortable, but none spoke up. The mechanic paused for a brief second, his eyes meeting hers, but he said nothing. He only returned to his work, each motion deliberate, steady, calm. Beneath his silence lived a history untold. This man had once worn a different uniform, not of grease and denim, but of duty and service. He had served years in the military, fighting battles far away from home. He had carried brothers through fire, endured nights where sleep never came, and returned not with medals, but with quiet scars. The world saw a mechanic, but inside stood a soldier who had already faced the worst life could offer. He chose this workshop because it grounded him. The scent of oil and the hum of engines gave him peace. Every bolt he turned reminded him of control, of fixing what was broken, of creating order where chaos once reigned. And yet here he was, mocked for his work, belittled for the dirt beneath his nails, measured not by sacrifice, but by wealth and status. The CEO's words lingered in the air, their sting sharper than the summer heat. Her board members smirked, complicit in their silence. The mechanic kept his head low, his hands moving with quiet precision. He didn't need to argue. He knew engines the way poets know words. He knew patience the way soldiers know time. Hours passed and tension thickened. The car that had refused to roar for anyone else slowly came to life beneath his hands. The crowd gasped as the engine turned, a deep rumble breaking the silence. He closed the hood, wiped his hands, and stood tall. He did not look at her, not yet. He simply said, "It's ready." The CEO blinked, her smirk gone, her face pale. For the first time, her power faltered. She had offered a promise in jest, thinking it impossible, thinking he would fail. But he had not. He had done what none of her polished advisors could do. Silence swallowed the parking lot. The mechanic finally met her gaze, his voice calm, his words unforgettable. "Respect is not given to the one with the loudest laugh. Respect belongs to the one who keeps building while others tear down." No one laughed now. The board members lowered their eyes. The woman shifted uncomfortably, her arrogance stripped bare by the hum of the engine behind her. She opened her mouth to speak, but no words came. He removed his gloves slowly, his movements steady, dignified. He had no desire to claim her mockery as truth. Marriage was not his victory. His dignity was. The real triumph was the silence that followed, the respect that finally filled the space where laughter once lived. He turned to leave, his boots echoing against the concrete. And in that moment, another thought hung heavy in the air, as if the universe itself whispered it. Sometimes, the quietest worker carries the loudest honor. The executives stepped aside, creating a path. They looked at him not as a mechanic now, but as a man who carried unshakable strength. The woman who mocked him lowered her head, her own reflection showing her what pride had cost. As he walked away, the car purred behind him, alive again, a symbol of what he had endured and what he had overcome. Respect is never about wealth or status. True honor belongs to those who carry their scars with grace, who build with steady hands and silent strength. The mechanic did not win with words, but with dignity, and that dignity silenced every laugh. What do you think? Should people be judged by their work or by their worth as human beings? Share your thoughts in the comments, tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe for more powerful stories.